Thank you so much for joining us this Friday morning. According to the United States Department of Justice, more than 650,000 ex-offenders are released from prison every year. And some filmmakers got together, shot a documentary about what happens when those ex-offenders go home. Eric Day from the U.S. Attorney's Office and John Eads from Light of the Village are here to tell you how you can preview that film. It's so nice to have you both here. Now, first I want to talk about the film. 3 men are in this film, this documentary, and they're making their way in life after prison.
That's correct.
So just want to talk a little bit about these 3 men. We have Elle, Andy, and Kev. Talk a little bit about them, their stories.
Well, with a story, I had opportunity to view the film over in Pensacola about 6 months ago. And basically what it does, the producer, Elle, who is actually producer of the film, tracked the life, his own life, and also the life of these individuals. And what he was trying to do was give us a true snapshot of the hardship that ex-offenders face when they come back into the community. And so this film was designed to give the community, I guess, talking points about how we can begin to address these issues and help these guys successfully come back to the community.
You mentioned the hardships they face. What types of hardships?
Yeah. Some of the hardships they face, one is employment. Ex-offenders have a hard time getting a job because of the fact they have an arrest record. So many employers don't feel safe about handling these and hiring these individuals. So that's one of the things we are trying to address through Project HOPE, which is stands for Helping Offenders Pursue Excellence, to encourage employers to hire these ex-offenders so they won't end up back in prison.
Okay, tell me more about Project HOPE. This is something that was started by the U.S. Attorney. So how does this work? How do ex-offenders get involved?
Okay. John,
well, what we try to do is provide a platform or a place that they can come to that won't judge them, that they feel welcome, but at the same time we're realistic and we invite them to see what their challenges are and help to unravel those challenges. Some of them, they don't have a birth certificate, they don't have a social security card, and it's just the basics. And so what we try to do is, again, is let them come to us, let them identify those needs, and then we help provide those, and step by step taking them through that process so that they can move down that journey to employment. And of course with that comes a bunch of other positive effects, and that's what we try to do.
And this is something you're doing here in our area.
Yes.
Light of the Village is something that prisoners come out in Mobile, surrounding areas, go in. Do you find that most of them are open to programs like this?
I think a lot of them are suspicious because their life, they've been manipulated, and so they are you really what they call for real? And so what we try to do is, again, provide that consistent, genuine place. Faith, love, and hope. It's a spiritual thing also. But what we try to do is let them discover what they can do and what resources are out there to let them, again, find that journey and move down that journey. And we're there to help them with that.
To piggyback on that comment, yesterday I got a call from an ex-offender, and he had heard about the pull of gravity. And he made the statement, he said, Mr. Day, when I called you and asked you about Project HOPE, and said you put me on the right path to go to different organizations like John there, and also to Light of the Village, and also Living Word Christian Center Church. And he said everywhere we went, people helped me. They gave me the right information, they sent me to the right places. He said, as a result of that, I'm now enrolled in Bishop State Community College. I'm working on getting a job now. And then I'm also plugged into another one of our providers called the Pasco Home. So this individual found out, he said, if it was not for you guys, I would not have known that all these resources are out there. And everywhere I went, these people were ready to help me. And so I think that's a tribute to what John is talking about, what the program is able to do.
So programs like this, of course, are developed to help these ex-prisoners get back into society, go on a positive path towards society, but these are also beneficial to the community as well.
Absolutely, because once again, that person become a taxpayer and not a tax burden. And plus, we got to also realize it's expensive to house ex-offenders. We did a study even in our own district, Southern District of Alabama, and the period from 2008 to 2010, we had about 328 ex-offenders who were revoked. We went back to prison. Had those individuals stayed on the street, if you will, supervised by their probation officer, it only cost us about $1.2 million. When those 328 individuals went back to prison, it cost us $9.3 million to house those individuals. So it's a big cost that we have to pay when an individual goes back to prison.
And a lot of those things will be brought to light in this documentary, and this is something that all of you will be able to see this Monday. It's going to be a private screening, The Pull of Gravity again, Monday evening, March 10th, from 6 until 8, Mobile Civic Center. You do need to make reservations, and you'll find a link on our Studio 10 page on fox10tv.com. We're making it easy for you. Again, a lot more to see. Make plans to go see this. Very educational tool. Thank you both for coming on this morning.
Thank you for having us.